Good morning.
Good
Buenos.
morning.
Give a few minutes here, see if anyone else decides to come. I know we've taken some time off, but now we're back. We're back. Oh, thank you. They are big. Right, like what, we're about 6 months old now.
Almost full grown. When do they reach full grown?
I have no idea. When do dogs?
Thank you, Fury.
Have you implemented Ralph Wiggums yet?
It's Ralph Wiggums.
It's a plugin for Claude Code. Um, so it solves the problem of it stopping before it's done. And it's, I'm seeing a lot of people rave about how it's very important. But it's like a super, super simple plugin that all it does is it loops around, like loops back the actual command every time that it's says that it's done or everything. It says it is gives it back to the original command.
Easily done.
It gives it back to the original prompt until it's done. And it's like now I'm done. Okay, cool.
Hmm.
The big worry about it though is that I guess it burns a lot of credits. Oh.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that. Just us, huh?
I mean, we took like what 4 weeks off, so people probably forgot about it. They'll come back.
Yeah.
And to be clear, we didn't take 4 weeks off. We took about 4 weeks off from coming to this because I was traveling and such.
Now we have lots of cool stuff to talk about.
I do. That is true. All right, let's go and kick it off. Another amazing week, starting the new year, and here we go. Zarman, I'll let you actually start talking about the stuff that I'm not involved with you, which
For
is starting
sure.
to become too much, if you ask me. But go on.
I don't know. I think the main ones. I have to update Boy Rewards because Block Authority is no longer taking block rewards. So I have that on my list to do. I know I was flagged about it by Dude in uh in Discord, but it's on my list to do. I just wanted to wait until it was 100% official. Um, so I will make that change this week. And then um I started working on the AVM Studio project. It's I consider it like a you know a side project that I'm having a little fun with to see where it goes. Um, I don't necessarily love the idea of creating like of vibe coding smart contracts, so but that's kind of the direction it's really going into. So I want to see, if I can make it into something where you can actually build out like the contract and then build out like the testing system for that contract and like security review and things like that. Um, and then we'll see. There's some ideas I have that I think could be fun to just kind of experiment with. But I think the more powerful feature of that platform, I think, is in like the ability to inspect contracts and manually call functions and not have to use like create like a command line tool. And that's really where it was born from because I was trying to play with creating a contract that I wanted to create like basically a faucet essentially. And I started, I built the contract and that was no big deal. And then I had to create like a command line tool to interact with it, to like deploy it and um, to call a function to like bootstrap it, to like transfer tokens to it, like everything. And in doing that, I had to maintain an account with a mnemonic on my machine to do it. And I was like, this just doesn't feel right. So the idea is to be able to do all of this through a you know a wallet that's connected remotely, um, like over Wallet Connect, so you're not storing a mnemonic on your or a private key on your device or having like platform um, based accounts that are always stored there, and that's their intention is to be used for like deploying, but not necessarily for managing the contract. Um, so there's that. So I think there's a lot of room to explore there. But the AI features seem to be the most interesting. Um, so it's kind of what become its own little rabbit hole. But I am adding, so Open Router has a pretty generous free tier for free models, and those are pretty good models, like DeepSeek R1, and there's two other really good free models. So I am looking into making that available without having to bring your own key, because that's the big hiccup right now is that you have to like register with you know eh, register with Anthropic or with OpenAI, get a key as a developer, plug that in, and then you're using your own credits, like you're paying for your usage with OpenAI. I'm taking advantage of First off, you could use Router. You'll be able to do that and just get a key there and use the free models, and you get an actual free usage, um, but also to just remove that barrier of having to register for something, on a third party, and just be able to use it through my developer account. So I'm going to play with that a little bit. That's kind of in progress right now. But once I figure out how to avoid abuse, I'll make some of that available. And then Boy Wallet, I haven't The last update to that was a little while ago. There hasn't been a lot of feedback or need for significant changes that I'm aware of yet. Um, I want to focus on performance a little bit and try to clean things up and make it run a little bit faster, um, especially on lower powered devices. I did add support for the Arc 90, which is a URI or like doing more advanced transactions. So you can do app calls through it, and you can do key reg transactions through it. So you can display a key registration transaction as a QR code. And I created a script to go along with VoiceWarm that you can pass it an account, and it will it'll grab all the key registration information from the node and display it as a QR code, and you can scan it with Voy Wallet to register. So I just need to make that a better user experience, and then um, plug that into VoiceWarm, and I think it would be like a better alternative, in my opinion, because you don't have to store the account on VoiceWarm. We could have a pretty clean method to register or to create keys, create the participation keys and stuff like that on the node without storing your private key on the node, which is something I don't love doing. And then I want to bring that to Funk and see if we can do the same thing. Like, no need to connect the wallet with Wallet Connect. You just scan a QR code and you can register your key, which I think would be just another option.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I think that's neat. Arc 90 is really, really neat. So you could do an app call with it. So that was what I was working on was what got me into the whole ABM Studio thing was I was working on this faucet that I could make a QR code and you could scan it with Voy Wallet and you could claim because it could do the app call.
Yeah.
So that's something I have.
How new is Arc 90?
What's that?
How old is Arc 90?
Not very old. Ludo brought it up at a meeting here. I want to say a few weeks ago, and so I started looking into it, and I don't even know if it was approved by the foundation. Like it was, but I like it. It's a very comprehensive. It says status final, so but I don't know if any other wallets have integrated it. But it allows you to do all the stuff that like Terra has, but it also has multi-chain support, so you can pass in the URI like a chain ID, so you can specify Voy as opposed to, Algorand testnet and mainnet. And then it also supports it supports opt-in transactions. It supports the all the like different options for like notes and transactions and things like that. And I believe it conforms like because it has like graceful degradation. I believe it conforms to like Parawallet's URI standard as well. So it just kind of is an all-encompassing URI standard for
Who
transactions.
created the Arc?
Um, Fabrice and Ben Guidarelli, and I'm going to mess up their names, and EMG 110, and
Oh, interesting.
there's a few people in there. There's a couple more other people that I just don't want to mess up their names.
Interesting. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean the cool thing about it is like even the app call can reference the boxes that it needs to reference. So like it has all of that built into it, which is one of the current flaws is that like you need to be able to have like foreign app references so it can do that.
Amazing.
Oh, and then I don't even know if we've had a meeting since the Voy Wallet remote
Air gap.
signer stuff, Gap Air Gap signing, which I don't know if I haven't heard a lot from people. I don't know if anyone's really trying it or using it. But I think a it's one of my favorite features. It was the reason I wanted to create the wallet in the first place, is because um, I thought it would be. I think it's one of the most convenient ways to get a hardware wallet without having to buy a separate, a specific device for it, or being able to use a cheap device for it. I haven't heard anything about it not working. I hope if anyone is using it, that it's working. And if you haven't tried it, I really recommend giving it a shot because it's a pretty cool feature in my opinion.
So the idea is that you just download Voy wallet on a device and then put it in airplane mode forever, and then
Well, yeah, I mean, and you don't have to. You and it's up to your risk profile. There's no force. It doesn't force you to keep it in airplane mode, and it will still work if it's not in airplane mode. But it's a device that you're not your key is on a device that you're not necessarily carrying around all the time, and isn't your like primary daily driver. And that's really the main idea behind it. But you know, if if you are 100% security conscious, um, you like similar to like having a ledger. A ledger costs 150, 200, $250 for that device. To buy like an Android phone for $30 that you put in airplane mode and you make it, the only purpose of it is to sign transactions. It's a lot cheaper. Yeah, it can do a whole lot more, but doesn't mean it has to. So if all you're looking for is a 100% offline signing device, it's a lot cheaper than a ledger to accomplish
awesome,
something very similar.
awesome. Good job with all those things. It's been a while.
Been a while.
Uh, so House of Voice stuff now. Honestly, the since I haven't been here, there's been progress, mostly on the design side. Um, it's taken a lot longer than expected, as far as getting making it actually look like a real slot machine. But there's a couple things so that the contracts are now almost done. Zimmerman still needs to actually approve it to actually make sure that they are working for the special tokens, like if we have a WAD machine or a USDC machine or anything of that sort, other than a Void machine. Um, Supposedly those are done. This is, of course, also the ways to win contracts. So it's a completely different style of machine, which is really cool. The next thing that we decide that we're going to be doing are instant scratchers. So the idea is that you'll be able to transfer. You can buy like a stack of 10, back a stack of 100, whatever you want. You can send it to whoever and they can scratch it off and see if they win or not, which I think is really neat. Um, the um, the whole UX of the entire site is being designed and changed right now. We have the wireframes done. We're meeting with our designers and actually developers right after this meeting to get up to speed with everything. But for the most part, it's going slower than what I wanted and expected, but the progress is moving. Um, and yeah, that's about it. Is there anything you want to add? As far as working on House of Boy.
No, I don't think so. I think you covered the major bases. I think the design stuff is going to be really cool once it's put together. Um, and I think it's a good reason that it takes a little while. Um, the I am currently, as Chris said, I'm in the process of working on kind of working through the implementation of like the front end implementation of the ARC 200 and like the new ways to win contract, and that I expect to be done today. So that will be, a step forward. And then combine that with the design, I think we're going to see a lot of forward progress in the next, I don't know, week or so.
Yeah. I'm excited for once I actually see it, I'm gonna then start making a much bigger push to get people going. We have a
Mm.
referral system now, so everybody that you refer, you can get credit for. But really, we need to get just people using the system again. Um, but that's about it. Awesome. Well, now that we're doing this again every week, I'm assuming more people will start showing up.
Responding to Nussmonster. Um, just to answer that question, he asked how to get what he has in Kinesis into Voy Wallet. I was just saying you can or Kinesis has an option to export accounts to a QR code, and then there's an option in Voy Wallet to import from QR code. You can just import your accounts, and they just move over. So that's all it really takes, and you can use them both side by side or simultaneously. Like because your key is your key, and your key can be on multiple devices. So you can keep your accounts in Kinesis, and then on desktop, when you want to use it, you can sign with Kinesis, and when you want to use Void Wallet, you can use it there.
Awesome. All right. Well, we have a meeting in about 30 minutes there, Zarmian, with our dev team.
Yep. I'll see you then.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.